I think I'm pretty happy that in the last 2 years we've been able to play without any fear. If even though if it's Indonesia, China, even it's World Championships, I think we've been able to cultivate that strength within ourselves. And I think a lot of credit goes to the team event structure, to be honest, because that kind of gives that extra motivation to play for the teammates and you play fearlessly for each other. So I would say a lot of changes kind of happened post 2022 Thomas Cup for all of us personally. Anything to add? Anything to add? So that's why we're here. We want to hear your serious answers also.
Um Personally, I think we always had a upper chance, but we didn't had that mindset of believing we can do that. I think initially from everyone was very strong enough to win all the team events as well. And now we go on paper, we looks very strong in the Sudirman Cup or Thomas Cup, but we never believed like we can win it. We don't have that mindset, I feel. But as Pranay said, the Thomas Cup has changed for everyone. I think there's the best memorable days for me till now. Like we had a lot of fun on court and off the court. We were dancing all the time. We are pulling each other's leg off the court. So it was so much fun. From there, things have turned out really well. I would say we started playing with more confidence, and Laksh was doing pretty good. Then Pranayana started doing good. So it all started from Thomas Cup. Uh, and the reason was Pranayana and Srikantana for the Thomas Cup. They were there as a captains and guiding all the juniors in the right way. We are together for all the 10 days. We are going out for the dinner. Every time we are having some fun session together. So it makes us like bond together, gel together. How you see in World Cup when there is a fielding medal something this thing. So feels really excited seeing that. So it happened for us same. I when I saw that, okay, we did it before you. I mean Thomas Cup mein, we did that already. But I mean we don't have any cameraman, we don't have that much money as BCCI have. So uh, so I think the mindset I changed. The main reason was Srikantan and Pranay. Then again, all the juniors came in one line and following their path. Yeah.
Pranay, always we've discussed about this. You've spoke about this in detail. Can you share that Asian Games medal journey with everybody? I know there's a special story behind this. You had to battle injury, then you had to pull out of the team event where you decided should you play, should you not play, and what was it like? So we would like to hear that from you. I think not just for me. I think for the entire team, it was a tough 10 days, to be honest, because of first my injury. I think I had a back injury just 4 days before traveling, and I was not in a situation to play for the next 2 weeks, apparently. But somehow the physios were making me play that each days. But on the final day, I was not able to get up and walk. So that was a situation where I had to take a call saying that I won't be able to play. But when we look at that 1 week, we could see my back injury, and then people started falling sick from the team event last day. Chirag getting really bad flu, and I could see him coming to foot court and saying that I'm not able to walk back from the foot court. So from those situations to kind of get to the podium was something I would say very remarkable. From I would say we were very lucky because a lot of things kind of fell in place on right days. And for me personally, I think I pushed how much ever I could on that quarterfinal day because I knew that this is just once in a 4 year event and you get just one, what do you say, opportunity sometimes. And you have to kind of put everything out there. And I think that's what I did. And by God's grace, I would say finally that medal came in, and to have a men's singles medal after 42 years felt really good. But to be honest, I would say that 1 week we never thought that we could come back with almost 3 medals from the badminton, which I think was something which was huge and kind of gave a lot of happiness to all of us. I think their gold is something which we have not been able to get ever in Asian Games. So for them to come back from that kind of a situation and to win an Asian Games gold is something I think beyond imagination for us. And I don't think 10 years back, 15 years back, if somebody would have told us saying that we would have a gold medal in the Asian Games, I'm sure nobody would have said yes to that. So coming from that area to this time, I think very proud that we could be sitting here with three medals, one, two, three. So thank you.
Uh, Next question to you guys.
I guess we want to give it to them. I
Yeah,
think, yeah.
this last, just want to take a dig on the Indian cricket team. Uh, what is with you guys in finals? You have an incredible strike rate. If you reach the finals, you win it. China, Korea, Asian Games. What is this? Do you have any messages for the Indian cricket team on how to win finals?
Well, yeah, I think we go all out when we are in the finals. I think it's not that we've not lost a final, we lost the last one in China, but I think we play better when we are in the knockout stages where the semifinals and final goes. We pretty much go all out and don't really think too much of the situation. I think that works really well for us. And since we play an attacking brand of badminton, I think it works in our favor. And yeah, we don't really get overawed by the situation when we are in the finals. And I think that works really well for us. And as far as saying something about the Indian cricket team, I think they are playing good. We can't. I think especially in the World Cup, I saw cricket after a very long time. So to see them play the finals, I think it was quite special.
We can open the questions to the flow and come.
Hello guys, I'm really excited to see you guys. I came all the way from Mysore to see you guys. So, and past few years it's been you guys with me. Like I bunk the classes to watch your matches every day. I'm really happy today. So I wanted to ask Prannoy about the win against Axelson. You did one celebration like this, and in that interview you told like I have learned how to breathe when things don't work out how I want. So, what exactly did you mean by that?
I think the celebration didn't mean anything as such. It just, in that situation, it just came something like that. Because I wanted to show something, but I didn't know what to show. That was the reality, to be honest. Because I remember me and Chirag having a conversation somewhere. I think post Indonesia Open when Chirag removed his t-shirt and celebrated somewhere in the practice sessions. He was telling Pranay, I think it's high time that you do one more celebration like that. So I said, okay. Then in Australia Open, when I was playing the final, I was leading 19-14 in the third, and then I was imagining, okay, what kind of celebration to do. But I didn't get that opportunity eventually. So then I realized that it's kind of waste to think about celebration, finish the match, and then think about it, whatever comes. Message. But I think coming to Victor Axelson's match, I think they also were there on that same particular day playing a match before me. And when we entered the stadium, I think the atmosphere was electric, to be honest, because there was 11,000 odd crowd sitting for Danish players, and we had 10 Indian supporters properly, totally. So we could feel the heat, and they going out there and losing the first match kind of gave even more pressure, to be honest, because the crowd were even more aggressive, to be honest. And Victor is obviously the number one player. So to kind of mentally be there, I think it's always a challenge because everybody is kind of supporting straight from the first point, and you're losing the first set also in that manner. And then something which kind of comes to help is breathing, obviously, where it's something where we have been working for a very long time, and that kind of gets you to be in that place and play what you actually need to do. So otherwise, match will go in a whisker. So I think that's what I did that day, and few days it happens. But I think the struggle is to make it happen every single day. So
I had one more question to Chirag. You do a sound like pun pun whenever the match is going on. Like pun, something like poo. Yeah,
Full.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Usually, I think while Satvik is smashing, I think I ask him to go full, like hit as hard as possible, because then I'm stepping up little back so that I'm ready for the tap, or because I know the opponent can't keep it in the front court. So when I say full, I ask him to go smack it as hard as possible.
Thanks for doing this. So I wish you guys very good health for Olympics. I hope that there are no injuries for you. That's first. And my question is to all three of you guys. Prannoy, Anna, who is your most intimidating opponent? What are you doing to, tackle them? And the same goes for Chirag and Satwik. Who's your more intimidating opponent? What are you guys doing different?
I don't think anybody's as intimidating as such. Probably few years back, there were in men's singles, you would say Lee Chong Wei, Lindan were very intimidating as such, and you could always feel it's kind of tough to beat those guys. But now, when you look at a men's singles section, I think top 40 looks very, very similar, and anybody can go out there and beat anybody out there. And when you look at the men doubles, also, I think it's very wide open category as such. And so, I would say nobody's as intimidating as such, but then the task is to consistently play. Where I would say from a men's singles point of view, I would say a lot of credit goes to Victor to be consistently being able to win tournaments. I think that needs something else, and he's been able to do that. Um, so that is one thing which I want to improve on, where results are good, but you need to go out there and win tournaments consistently. Yeah, that's it.
For us, I think it used to be Kevin and Gideon, but they stopped playing. I hope. I hope they come back for one tournament, and I hope they are in our draw so that we get one more chance with them, and hopefully this time we beat them. And I think we'll definitely beat them this time. But yeah, I think those two were the ones we were. I think like we came close, but we weren't able to beat them, and also probably we weren't as consistent as we are right now. And right now, I think it used to be until a couple of months back, Aaron and so, but we've beaten them twice in Indonesia and in the Asian Games also. So now I think it's like Pranay said, it's very balanced, the men's doubles thing, and nobody's really dominating. Like there's no one winning 10 titles in a year. There are people winning 5, 6 titles, but it's not very like they're not beating anybody like on 5 or 6 or anything. So it's very evenly placed right now. So yeah, I think right now we don't have anyone as intimidating. Hopefully we are to them.
So, we were talking about aggressive crowd. This is for Chirag. We as Indian fans love your on-court aggression, but clearly Indonesian and Malaysian fans don't. And usually on the whole day, social media, you're fighting them. So I would want to ask you, how would you describe your relationship with non-Indian crowd, particularly?
See, if someone is not happy with the way I celebrate, I think I don't really care about it. I'll do what I feel like doing. And I'm not trying to mock my opponents in any way. I think there are plenty of opponents who've mocked me, but my job is to play well on the court. So I don't really, after winning a match, I don't go and mock them. I just celebrate on my own, and it's in no way demeaning them. So I don't really care about the ones who say anything bad about me. I've read a lot of comments on my posts from the Indonesians and the Malaysians calling me king of delay. And I don't know for what reason they do that, but I have a really good laugh over it, and I enjoy it. I think it's good that I actually feel that when people in general like fights, they enjoy fights. So it's good that there's good banter over it, as long as it's not going over the top. But I think it's good that we have this, and I've seen a lot of Indians support me on this matter when someone has commented King of Delay. The Indians get back to them saying that do your work. It doesn't matter. They've beaten you or something of that sort. So yeah, it actually it's actually good to see that banter.
Hi, Ankush here. Yes. First of all, it's great to see you guys here, and never have I felt so proud and confident about Indian badminton scene. In fact, I'm so confident that I already booked gold medal match tickets for Paris Olympics. So I'll be there in the stands, cheering come the next year. And Pranay, you also. I will be there for entire badminton scene there. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the August 2024. And question is regarding the Asian Games, recently concluded Asian Games also. So when we were watching from the TV afar, it felt us to like this is a special campaign by the Team India, and it was very memorable. There were some moments in particular day like squash teams beating Pakistan, then table tennis girls beating China in China and getting that medal. And so we always felt it was special, and badminton was were to start late. So were you feeling the energy in the games village as well that this is going to turn out the probably the best tournament that India has ever had in terms of medal haul? What kind of energy were there in the games village? And this is a recent phenomena, I think, for multi-sports events where other sports athletes go and celebrating other sports success. Because I've been watching since 2008, I've watched a lot of multi-sports events. I haven't seen this phenomena that other athletes enjoying other sports fraternities success or this. So what's your take on this?
Yeah, I think game villages are always fun, to be honest, and we always love to be a part of Games Village, Asian Games, Commonwealth, Olympics, and I think these guys have played many more village games than me. But what I felt in Asian Games also was, yes, as you said, the energy is always high when you have the entire contingent staying in two buildings, and that's how it works. Like everybody is in probably two towers, and you see all the top athletes just roaming around here and there, and so I think it's a very new structure every 4 years. Like after 4 years, you get to realize something like that. But especially when other sports are doing well, then you always feel that extra bit of energy to kind of give it to that medal tally. And I think we were going for that 100 medal tally this year. And I think everybody was kind of, I think in social media, it was constantly coming that we should cross 100. And I think that also gives a kind of a responsibility saying that we need to be a part of that medal tally. And you definitely push in that process. But I feel to be a part of that kind of a village, you meet a lot of big names like somebody like a Neeraj Chopra is always so down to earth and always there to have a chat and to ask what are the matches happening, which matches and to have few of the players coming in and supporting other matches. I think that it definitely gives extra energy. And I knew the cricket team came for our team event final and they were there with us. That gave a lot of energy, to be honest. And because they were also enjoying the fact saying that they could be so near to somebody or say a sport which was so fast and that is entirely different feeling more than watching in a TV, right? So, and for us, it kind of gave a lot of confidence to have that entire bunch of people coming in there and supporting. So I think that's a good feeling to have these kind of multi events, but unfortunately, we are only once in 4 years, and then we'll have Olympics coming in a little bit time. But that kind of energy is always helpful in kind of a bigger events.
Well, yeah, I think similar to what you said, I think I personally felt obviously I was happy winning the gold and the silver in the team event, but to see that 108 medal tally of India, I think it made me very very happy. I think to see Indians winning out there, I think every time we used to go to have food at the food court, we used to meet different athletes from different sports, and we used to always say, ki, how's it like? What are the chances of winning a medal? And we used to always see by the end of by the last few days, we were like, चलो अभी हम 90 पे पहुंच गए हैं और 4-5 मेडल चाहिए इस बार 100 पार हो जाएगा. So I think that's one thing which made us all of I think I'm sure all of us really really happy to see Indians winning so many medals and like almost I think last Asian Games we had 70 medals, 76, and to get 108, I think it's incredible. And times are changing, and I definitely feel not just in badminton, but in sport, Indian sport in general, I think we'll see many more medals to come. I think that barrier, that wall, I think we've um, we've broken down that in badminton, but I think we'll see a lot more in the other sports as well.
Firstly, it's really immense pleasure to sit in front of you folks, and thanks for bringing glory to the country. And congratulations for the recent accolades that you have received, right? Uh, this question is basically for all three of you, but there's one more for both of you specific. As a sports person, what is one of the mantra that is like, we all believe in never give up attitude, right? Was that for you folks? And especially for Satvik and Chirag, I wanted to understand, like, doubles is altogether a different game, right? So how do you pump up each other when in the moments of truth, one is having a bad day or in general, right, your shots are not coming. So what is that you really say to each other or what you look forward for?
I think in doubles especially you should have good understanding uh, and you should be good at heart, as in we feel like we both are married. I mean, it's similar kind thing. Like if I want to achieve my goal, I need this man. Like without him, like I can't achieve solely. So it's same like marriage. We compromise some things. If we fight, also like we will adjust, we'll talk, kind of thing. But uh, like the best part is if I am having a off day, he will support me and he will step up and play more than 100%. Then it will take me like 10 or like 10 seconds or 12 seconds to get into the game again. So it won't take much time to get into the game. So I have that belief like he can pull it off. So when things are not going well, then I will say, Shetty bhai dekh lega. So I have that trust. He is there always. So when things are not going well for both of us, then we have a third person, our coach Matthias Bo. He will do some mantra. He will say something, and he will do something. So, but that's the best part. Like we always have each other together. We never really scold or we never fight each other. We can understand like it's been long journey for us. Initially, it was very tough for us, especially from my side. Like I'm more a Telugu guy. I never spoke to him a lot before. There was this communication barrier in between us. Then when we traveled together, then I got to know him much better. So he's like a brother for me now. So it's on and off the court. So that bond really helps on court when things are not going really well. I will put all the pressure on him. Then somehow he will pull it off. So when things is not going well from inside, then he will put some pressure on me, then things will go. So that's how we work.
Just one more question. Okay, yeah, you can come back to my first question, but before that, what do you both of you want to say about the Forbes India cover photo that's been trending right now?
What do you have to say about it?
Oh, you guys look phenomenal, but what was your take on it? Like, how do you enjoy doing
When
it?
I saw it first, I saw Shubman Gill and Satwiksairaj. Shetty was looking like Shubman Gill. So साइड से तो ऐसे ही शुभमन जैसा था. So I got a comments to from my friends. शेट्टी भाई है क्या या शुभमन गिल है क्या other side से. Then that shoot time we got a like photos to choose the dresses. I thought I would choose the red one which Chirag was wearing because it's it's very weird. Like we never wore those kind of things. It's very new for us. Then we get a chance to trial. Then when I entered the academy, Shetty was already wearing that one. So I didn't had a chance. I had to take the other one. So the combination was like very bad. I mean, I was wearing some green one, then Upper it's like some orange one. I don't know like from where they got, but it came out like really well. Yeah.
For me, I think I actually enjoyed wearing that. Although I wouldn't wear that on a social gathering, in a social gathering for sure. But for a cover shoot, definitely. I think I enjoyed that shoot and it came out pretty good. I hope you guys liked it too, if you've seen it.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the first question which you had asked.
But like as a sportsman, or sorry, gender neutral, right? As a sports person, what is one thing that, as a never say die attitude, right? What is your mantra for it?
I mean, I wish there was a mantra for it, but unfortunately, we don't have a mantra. And a lot of times, I think you learn from seeing other people and other journeys as well. And for me, I think I've seen a lot of top players playing at this level in academy and all these guys. I think you keep learning from these guys on a daily basis because there is a lot of things to learn from probably an under 19 kid also. I mean, for me, I think I've always learned that. And for me, there's been a lot of break in between, and I'm sure for a lot of players there has had been breaks, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just how well you play. For me, always I think is how well you play 6 days in a tournament, and everything can change in 1 week's time. Whatever you have done in the past, nothing matters as such. But you get that 6 days going right, and if it's a big event, if it's a World Championship, Olympics, if you have that good 6 days, then everybody will forget what you did in the last few years, and then things will fall back in place. So that's what I always believe when things are not going well, saying that just one patch of 6 days which will take things back to normal. So that has always worked also to me, to be honest. And when we look, a lot of players looks very, what do you say, they start to think a lot about the next 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years. But for me, I've kept it always short, as much as 6 days as possible. And that makes it a little bit more easier mentally also, and physically also, to be honest.
Yeah, hi, Avinav this side. Yeah, first of all, thanks a lot for doing this. It's really special to be sitting in front of you, the legends of Indian badminton. So, while watching a lot of badminton matches on the TV, I always had this feeling of understanding what conversations you have while playing with the coaches. Like, is it more tactical? Is it more motivational? Like, have you ever, like, can you share some instances where, you were given some advice and you immediately implemented it? And, like, is it very helpful what they tell, or like you are in your own zone and you have your ideas of how to improve the game, etc.?
It's a mix, to be honest, and you definitely need coaches behind you because there's a lot of times you can see the match only in one direction, and you're not able to see it in multiple directions, and that's where the coach comes in place. And for me, for an instance, I think World Championships against Lokin New 19 all uh, point, we were training that only shot just before the World Championship. Like say we did for 6, 7 days that only shot which I was doing in that receiving end. Gopi sir told me just to do that. And so we just blindly follow some instructions some days, and because you don't want to put effort in thinking, and you are always in pressure whenever it's in 19 or 20 also. If you get some instruction, then you are much more happier to just kind of try doing it. But it's very important to have that rapport with the coaches, and they should know what they are asking you to do, and they should be confident of saying that you are able to kind of implement it. And I think that kind of really helps the whole process, because some days it doesn't work, some days it works. So you have to take that. It's all trial and error, and some days you have to um, take that self call also, saying that you trust your instincts and then you go with that instincts, and then you tell coaches saying that I'm going to do this no matter what. So these are the kind of conversations which we generally have, and tactics are always there in 11 points. You must have heard saying what we need to do, what we cannot do against a particular player. So that's always there. But from a bigger picture, I think without them it is very very tough to get crucial wins at crucial stages, because you never know which round is going to be crucial in a big tournament, and it might be a first round or second round. Then if you kind of win that, then eventually you might be standing in a podium. And so, but that match would be kind of hanging in like 19 or 20 also. How do you kind of get that valuable inputs is very important at that. So for me, it has always worked. And yeah.
I think he's covered pretty much most of it. Yeah, I think usually the coaches, obviously it's a mix of both motivation and tactics as well. But I used to have a habit of look I used to have a habit of after each point I used to look back at my coach, not for any advice, but just be like, okay. But now I've sort of reduced it. Like I trust my own instincts a bit, and after a couple of points, I just look back if I've done a good stroke, or if I have to ask him if it's right or out, if I'm taking judgments right or out. But yeah, it's a mix of both, and it's like you said, it's extremely important to have a coach behind. Um, like even if he's not giving you or helping you, at the end of the day, you are the one who's playing. He can't come and help you play the match, so it's good to have someone, because even though it's you who are playing, but you still even have this in the back of your mind ki chalo koi to hai hamare piche. I have a backing behind me. If things don't work out, there's someone to help me out, to correct me if I'm doing some mistakes. So it's always good to have a coach behind.
Yeah, thank you for that. One more thing I wanted to ask was like, what kind of relationship do you have with other countries' players, like in training, etc.? Are they very friendly, or is there very strong rivalry off court also?
For us, I think I think it depends. We've not really trained a lot with a lot of foreign players. We've trained with the Germans. We've once or twice played with the English players. Also, the Danish. We've also trained with the Danish, but it's always been more with the Europeans because our coach is European. We've trained with the Indonesians too, also. So it's good to have a different style of play, but I think we've there's no rivalry as such. I don't think we've trained with the top five pairs as yet. Like the Malaysians, the Japanese, the Koreans, Chinese. So we don't really know how I don't think they would train with us though. Surely. So we don't have that experience yet.
Got it. Thank you, and wishing you all the best for all the future training.
Hi, thanks Pranay for organizing this first place. Myself Sriram. I have few specific questions to you, Pranay. When you are playing the Asian Games quarterfinal with Lee Zijia, when came back from the second set and won against you, what was your thought process when you go to the third set? You did a repeat of what he did to you on second set and went to the bronze medal. And for Chirag, Shetty and Satwik, when you're playing the Asian last China Open, so you came back from 13 to 19. So how did you control your emotions? They were very good at that. The third set, they were more dominating. So that I want to understand. And for Renki, can we see you in mixed double discipline again? So we will love to. So
For me, I think that second game was a little heartbreaking, obviously, because I knew I was not in a physical position to push there, but I thought it was very important to come back to senses very quickly and not take the disappointment to the heart because I knew that I didn't have time for that. And probably Bhaiya was more disappointed than me. After seeing the videos, I could see that he was more disappointed that I lost that second set because he knew how much pain was there. And but for me, I think that kind of was the turning point where I didn't think about it. I just shut down and I was just pushing for 3 points and I was only looking at 11 because I knew post 11 the matches were entirely played with your emotions and a lot of things you can push post that 11, but the first 11 is always tough in the third game. And but luckily I could get back covering, and towards the end also I think I felt that it's not my game. He was leading 28 and I thought that probably not today. But I was very happy that I put whatever I had, and then I was just wishing that things would change, and it changed. So, so yeah.
What was the question?
China.
Yeah. I think from 2013 we didn't really think a lot. I think there was nothing to lose. To be honest, I think from 2013 it's all you can do is go all out, and we tried to keep it a little more simple, like service and receive, because we knew after a couple of first 2-3 points they got a bit scared and they were trying to finish it as early as possible, um, which made them actually hit it into the net. And we just kept it very, very simple so that we don't have, because frankly speaking, it's 2013, it's 1 in a million chance that you can actually win it from there. So we just kept it very simple, but unfortunately at 2019 it was a very long rally and he got a net caught back, and I thought I could play beyond him, but he was quite good at catching it, and yeah, we lost. But yeah, it was a very good comeback. It's one of the best ones we've had so far. So yeah.
Thanks. Mixed double.
I actually love playing mixed doubles, but right now I think one event is enough for me. I'm done with more smashes now. I want to play front court. I like playing front court. It's much easier now. Shedway tells me every time from love all to 20, 21 point full. In dreams also I'm getting full. So it's I'm done with I would love to play mixed levels. Like I love playing mixed levels always when I started. So the Commonwealth Games in 2018 Gold Coast was really special for us that with Malaysian pair in the team event. So I always loved playing with Ashwini Devi. But right now I'm more focusing on only one event to take care of my body. And yeah, thank you.
Hi all here. I'm so excited. I took a sick leave to meet you guys. My question is to Prannoy Chetan. I'm your biggest fan. I'm following your matches since 2017. And my question is, how does it feel to be a giant from a giant slayer?
That sounds good, obviously. I think, yes, I think I've been asking Rakesh also the same question. Who put this tagline saying Giant Slayer or the Beast? So, from 2017, yes, luckily for me, I had a lot of good wins against big names on that particular year, and for me, those were all a dream come true kind of moment where you have watched all these matches when you were under 10, under 12, and to kind of really go and play with them in Super Series, Lee Chong Wei, Lin Dan, Chen Long, all these big names, and to kind of win with everybody. Gave that extra push to my career also. All those 1-1 victories were big victories for me personally, and I think that realization came later, saying that if I could beat them, then I can beat anybody on a particular day. So I would now from there to kind of being in top 10 for a little longer period, more than a year. I think I'm happy that I could get improved, but definitely not a giant yet. and there's a lot of work to be done to get the Giants. My opinion, and hopefully we'll be there soon for a longer period.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Hi, Subramania here. Great fan of all three of you. But my question to Chirag and Satvik specifically, which we, what is this whispering thing that's going on, which we keep fighting online with all the Indonesian fans, saying whispering, whispering.
Yeah, I think they call us the whispering duo. I think they need reasons to keep giving us names. King of Delay, Whispering. We usually decide the tactic, what kind of stroke we are going to play, and what my partner needs to be ready for. And it's barely a second or two, and these guys have a problem with that. But like for example, when we used to play against Kevin, he used to be the worst opponent to play against, and they had no problem at that. But when the same opponent does that to your countrymen, then they have a problem with that. But yeah, I think, like I said before, it doesn't really matter as long as you're winning. I think that's our goal, to win the matches, and yeah, I think that's what we do. But usually, to answer that question, we usually whisper our tactics of the match.
Hi guys. Am I audible? Yeah. My question's not about badminton because I think most of us asked that. I wanted to ask Prannoy, have you already booked Rajnikant movie tickets before the Olympics? Because you won the Asian Games after watching the last movie.
I think Satvik is much bigger fan than me for Rajnikant, and but not yet. I think, but we all love movies, and usually me and Satvik, I think we all kind of rave for Anirudh's music, and I think kind of helps a lot during the team events, to be honest. So yeah.
I think, especially during the Asian Games, I would like to add that just before the Asian Games, I used to listen to a lot of Punjabi music, but then I switched and I started listening to a lot of South Indian music. So, like Jailer's Hukum, then there's Vikram's title track, then there was KGF used to be during the Thomas Cup, the one Jawan's title track. So I think it was a lot to do with Anirudh's.
Yeah, I think what happens is whenever you are winning, then you want to keep the same playlist, right? Working for the match, right? Morning when you wake up, then he can hear Chirag playing a certain playlist, and that kind of continues until the final day, right? So I think that's very similar to a lot of players as such. It's kind of a sentiment I think we all kind of follow.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. First of all, thanks a lot for doing this. You inspire us a lot, and especially our 5-year-old son. He loves to play badminton. He can be on the court for the whole day, honestly. All right. My question is about the Asian Games. Firstly, congratulations for getting back 3 medals. It was great. But in the men's finals team event, I just wanted to know, how do we decide the draws? How do we decide who goes first, who goes second, and so on? Because watching the match on the TV, I was just thinking, what if Chirag and Satvik would have played the second doubles and Shrikant would have played the final singles? Maybe we would have had a better chance of winning. I'm sure a lot goes on off court. I just want to know what. Thanks.
I think it's usually during team events, it's based on ranking. So if you're the highest ranked men's singles player, plays the first, then the second ranked, and then the third ranked. And same goes with the doubles. As long as if you're splitting up a partnership, let's say if I'm playing with someone, let's say I'm playing with Arjun or I'm playing with Dhruv, then there's a possibility of me playing the second doubles. Then Satvik will have to play the first doubles. But if me and Satvik are playing, we don't really have an option to play the second doubles because we are the first ranked pair from that country. So the first ranked pair plays with a first rank player from the other country. So we don't really have an option to play the second tie. And I think it's also fair because then you see the best ranked pair playing as a playing against the best ranked pair and the best ranked singles player playing as the best ranked singles player.
Hello. Yeah. So we can't choose, is it? Because
No,
we had to win 3 games, and we could have won 3 games, honestly. So we can't choose.
No, we can't lose on that.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
So we shall take last 1-2 questions
I
and then
planned it that way.
speak. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Am I audible? Yeah. I planned it that way. I wanted mine to be the concluding question because mine is more to do with a parent who's grooming an aspiring badminton player. My son here is 10. That's him over there. He's trying. Yeah, he's whispering, don't embarrass me. So mine is more to do with the mental aspect of the game. I've been to all of his games. He's been playing for the past 4 years now. Like, do you guys train yourself mentally, or do they groom you to be like mentally prepared? Is this part of your training? Was something I've always wondered because I want that to be part of his future training. So
I think it's way too early. First of all, for him, he's very young. I know there is a lot of competition out there in the world, but if you ask me, at this age, kids should play all the sport. I mean, they should play every sport available out there. Play cricket, football, badminton, everything, and then probably a little later you can kind of specialize on which one he likes to play. To be honest, and that is my take. It is entirely my take. It might differ from everybody out there. But from a parenting perspective, I would say yes, there needs to be support. 100%. I think we all wouldn't have reached this level without our parents' support, and they have to be with us. They were with us until we were 16, 17, full time, and every single tournament they used to come, and I'm sure everybody they had the same experience. And but nowadays, what I feel is there is a lot of pressure coming in from a competition perspective, and no matter what, until you are 19, 20, 21, these results doesn't say anything. I mean, you are nothing basically. Whatever you win until now is not going to count anywhere, to be honest. And only thing will change post when you're 19, 20 if you're achieving something big. And so it's very important that you let them play, kind of do whatever they want to, even if they are not able to perform at certain level. It's totally fine, because I feel performing very early is very, very tough for you mentally to get your career to the later stages, because we have seen a lot of very, very skilled players coming right at 18, 19 and getting a big results, then going down and then never coming back again to the sport, because it's very tough to handle that kind of success when you are too young. And then especially in badminton, it's way too tough to kind of come back post that. So for me, I would say if you kind of slowly and gradually take places that would kind of give you much more mental peace, and then you start working on a lot of things for that. But for us, yes, we all have mental training. We have training with psychologists, because we all face different issues as such. We all are scared at some point. It's not like we're not scared. So we have to fight that. So all these things we do from a daily perspective. We have classes and all these things. People think that psychologists shouldn't be, or we should not consider psychologists, but it's totally, I would say, a false. You have to consider them. You have to take those inputs. You have to work on it. That's how you become better. I think I saw a Djokovic interview also, which I think you guys saw, saying that the interviewer said you are mentally strong, or say you are a gifted one, but he said no, I kind of worked for it. So everybody has to go through that process and become better, but probably it's way too early for him. But later on, surely he can get to that stage little later.
Pranay, I also wanted to tell you about 2 years ago, you were training in KPA and Krishna was training there as well. And so you've inspired him a lot. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And we enjoy your reels. Keep them coming.
Yeah. Sure, sure.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm not audible. My question is like everybody keep asking you the mantra of winning, but my question is how do you deal with lose a big lose? Like how what is the mantra to deal with that big lose off the field and in the field also?
Well, I think it's to enjoy the process. I think when you lose, I think you're obviously very dejected, and you are some of them you can either sulk and be like, "ये मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ है? ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए था. Why did I play so bad?" Or you go out there back into the court and start working towards turning that loss into a win. And I personally feel that the most amount of happiness I get is after I see that shuttle hitting down the line, and when I get that final call when the umpire says the match won by Chirag and Satvik, and that gives me the most number of happiness. And I put in those long hours of training for that moment. That gives me the most amount of happiness and gives me a different level of high. So I think it's to not really uh, too much importance to the losses, because at the end of the day,